Now, what we know about the incident is that at about 20 minutes past 6 last night, a white Toyota sedan ploughed through 3 pedestrians at the intersection of Russell and Swanston Street. Now, after hitting those pedestrians, the car then moved through Burke Street along with the trams normally are and hit into 2 vehicles at the intersection of Russell and Burke Street, just right where I am behind me. Now, those 2 vehicles, a Hyundai and a Mazda, were hit by the driver. A 76-year-old Brunswick man who was the driver of the Hyundai was unfortunately killed. Meanwhile, the 2 men who were inside the Mazda, believed to be an Uber rideshare, they were taken to hospital with minor injuries. Police have confirmed this morning some further updates about some of the pedestrians that were involved in the incident last night, believed to be a 26-year-old South Yarra man, a 23-year-old woman from China and a 35-year-old Docklands woman. They say 2 of them are in a stable condition and the 3rd is in a serious condition. Police were able to arrest a 26-year-old Melbourne West man last night at the scene. Conveniently, 2 police officers were just nearby the Melbourne East police station, which is just about 50 metres from where I'm standing. Those 2 police officers rushed to the scene and were able to arrest the man who they say was just sitting calmly on top of his car. They were able to pull him down and arrest him just there. Here's what some of the witnesses had to say last night who were on the scene.
Like, it was a very loud noise. Like, you can realize that this noise is not coming from something natural, it's coming from something big, you know. I always saw Melbourne as a safe place, you know. I always was walking here 4, 5 a.m. at night. So it's always been a safe place, but I don't know what caused that injuries.
Pretty chaos, just all over the place. Not something you expect, especially in Melbourne as well. So it's pretty full on. Like, I generally thought it was just construction, and then yeah, it's not a nice sight to see or hear about.
That's the tram stop. I got off there and then went to the bar, and about 20 minutes later we received the calls and like, are you okay? And yeah, I didn't know it was there. Just very surprising to see that this can happen right in the heart of the city.
Police were quick to confirm last night in a stand-up quite late at night that they said that even in the early stages of the investigation, this incident has no links to terror or terrorism. They say the 26-year-old Melbourne West man is known to police and is known to have had mental health incidents with police as well. So they just emphasising again, they say there has been no links to terror at this stage. Obviously, this is eerily reminiscent of some other awful events that happened at Burke Street here in Melbourne as well. In 2017, the Burke Street Mall massacre, which killed 6 people. And then in 2018, when Hassan Shah Ali set his car on fire and stabbed 3 people just about 100 metres from where I'm standing. So Burke Street and Melbourne are no strangers to some incidents like this. Unfortunately, police and Victorian Premier Daniel Andrews thanked first responders last night, as well as the public and witnesses who were nearby, who jumped to those pedestrians' help and stayed with them until ambulances arrived, which obviously would have been a very traumatic scene to witness. Here's Superintendent Zorka Dunstan last night speaking with the media about the incident.
I can assure the community that there is no ongoing threat and the area will remain closed while the investigation continues. At this early stage, there is nothing to suggest any terror links. The man is known to police. He is reported with us for some mental health interactions. That's all we know at this stage.
Superintendent Zorka Dunstan there confirming that there is no further threat to the public at this stage. They say even in the early stages of the investigation there's no link to terror or terrorism, and they say people can go about their business today as people are doing right now, walking along here. Trams are back to normal, but obviously very shaken Victorians are going to be walking around the streets today, coming to terms with this major incident in the city last night.